Okay, this is a problem similar to number 10 on the quiz with the lemonade stand. So basically, instead of having a lemonade stand business, my kids have a hot dog cart business where they roll it around, I guess, neighborhoods or fairs or parades selling hot dogs. And for them to produce 100 hot dogs costs $3,050. And to produce 200 hot dogs costs $3,100. Okay, and again, this is just their startup cost, so obviously it's expensive. All right, so first of all, you have your two ordered pairs. Oops. My other one is 200. Right, so anytime you have 2 points and you want to write an equation, so the directions will be like write a function or write an equation for this. First thing you need is slope. And some people like to do the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 formula. Some people like to just look at, how did they change in y over change in x. It really doesn't matter to me. So 3,100 minus 3,050 and 200 minus 100. And again, it's always y's on top, x's on bottom. So that's what, 50 over 100, which reduces to a half. And since it's a real life story problem, it might make more sense to convert that to a decimal. But if you look at your units on these guys, this is money over hot dogs. So this is money over hot dogs, which basically means they can produce 2 hot dogs for $1. So if you convert it to a decimal, it might make more sense because that would be 50 cents per hot dog. And that, again, is their cost, like bun, the hot dog, ketchup, things that are consumable. All right, the next part is to figure out their starting amount. Now, obviously, they have a big starting amount here because obviously 100 hot dogs spending $3,000, that's a big issue. So, or $3,050. So, to solve for b, you always write the equation mx plus b and sub in 3 out of 4. I know an input, I know an output, and I know my rate. So I'm going to do those. And the one I don't know is b right there. That's the one I'm going to actually solve for, or the one I'm trying to figure out. So I'm going to sub in, and again, you can pick either input, output. I might pick these. So my input of 200 gives me an output of 3,100. My slope is what, 0.5? And plus b. And again, if you feel like using a half, they're not a big deal. 3,100 equals half of that is 100. Subtract 100. So b equals what? 3,000. All right. So that's my startup amount. All right. So the last step is to write your equation. So y equals your slope and then your b. All right, so there's my final equation. Now, at this point, I can ask questions like I did on the quiz, like how much does each hot dog cost my kids to make? Well, that's my slope. It costs them 50 cents to make every hot dog, right, just for the bun and the hot dog part, right? What are their one-time fee, or what was their one-time cost? Well, $3,000, and obviously that's for the hot dog cart, right? The cart that they can roll around that has the heat built into it and so forth, so that they can actually make the hot dogs and keep them hot and so forth. All right, so this is the cost per hot dog, and this is the one-time fee. I could ask you questions like how much would it cost if they make 1,000 hot dogs? You could put 1,000 in there and then multiply, get 500 and add and get the total cost. Or I could say, well, if they have $10,000 to invest in their business, how many hot dogs could they produce? So you could put $10,000 in for the output, then you could figure out the input, the number of hot dogs.